دولة فلسطين.
Palestinian people now are searching for remnants of life, and you will not find a people who have a stronger desire to live an ordinary life like our people in Gaza. Gaza of pride, Gaza of glory. Palestinian people, wherever they are, want life. They cling onto life, just like the other peoples on this planet.
From Palestine's envoy, at times pausing to gather his emotions after the US sunk his country's latest effort to gain full membership, with Malta's ambassador and president of the council wiping a tear as he spoke.
We don't want to replace anyone. We want to enter your club as equal. إن تأييدكم.
So, granting Palestine full membership has put us on the path of hope, to keep the hope alive. The fact that this resolution did not pass will not break our will, and it will not defeat our determination. We will not stop in our effort. The state of Palestine is inevitable.
We've been waiting since 1947, and we are in 2024.
Israel's ambassador continued to rail against the United Nations and the Council in particular as he welcomed the US veto.
I represented Israel at the UN for over 3 years. I have taken part in dozens of meetings in this council, and since the October 7th massacre, I have been here on a near weekly basis, sometimes daily basis. I repeat the same arguments in every debate. I plead, I convince, at least try to convince. I bring testimonies, present photos, and show video footage. But nevertheless, you refuse to even condemn. You refuse to listen. You refuse to act. You even refuse to check the facts. So today, I won't try to fix what is already broken. Speaking to this council is like speaking to a brick wall.
Statehood.
US envoy defended their move, pointing to a lack of consensus in the Council's Admissions Committee, describing the action in New York as premature, as Washington again argued that the matter be decided in direct negotiations between the parties, an avenue that is currently non-existent.
Questions as to whether the applicant meets the criteria to be considered a state. We have long called on the Palestinian Authority to undertake necessary reforms to help establish the attributes of readiness for statehood, and note that Hamas, a terrorist organization, is currently exerting power and influence in Gaza, an integral part of the state envisioned in this resolution. For these reasons, the United States voted no on this Security Council resolution. Again, the United States continues to strongly support a two-state solution. This vote does not reflect opposition to Palestinian statehood, but instead is an acknowledgement that it will only come from direct negotiations between the parties.
The Secretary General speaking ahead of the vote, warning against failure to make progress on a two-state solution.
Is on a knife edge. Recent escalations make it even more important to support good faith efforts to find lasting peace between Israel and a fully independent, viable and sovereign Palestinian state. Failure to make progress towards a two-state solution will only increase volatility and risk for hundreds of millions of people across the region who will continue to live under the constant threat of violence. I urge every government involved to use its influence and leverage to promote trust building, mutual security, and regional peace.
Palestine currently enjoys only non-member observer status at the UN without voting rights. United Nations and the international community more broadly has long endorsed a two-state solution, with both states living side by side in peace and security along the pre-1967 borders, with East Jerusalem as the capital of a future Palestinian state, which also seeks to include territories captured by Israel in a 6-day war against Arab states 57 years ago. Many council members argued that admitting Palestine as a full member state would strengthen rather than undermine the two-state solution, a view that will remain untested in the foreseeable future. Sherwin Bryceby's SABC News.